Day 19. I want to talk about what it means to provide true leadership today. And sometimes you just kind of have these epiphanies reading through things that you haven't really read before in the Bible or haven't struck you. And today's just kind of one of those nights where I feel real convicted by what I'm learning. And leadership's a topic that, gosh, our world could use more of. Being a man and a father and a husband and a co-worker and, all the things that I think about that I am in my life. There's so many good opportunities to provide leadership, to provide a steady hand, to provide a good example, a light, any word you want to use related to that, just to the people that I'm around, to be good in this world and to give other people hope and to inspire people, especially in a world that is full of difficult people and difficult storms. And again, I want to be a person that can influence people by what God does in our lives and by the direction that God wants to set for us, versus me and myself being compromised or influenced by the world. And you see so much of that right now going on, breaking households apart and breaking families apart, just in their mindsets. And just strong leadership, I feel like, it's never been more important than it is in this moment. And I look to and aspire. I'm not perfect by any stretch, but I look to and aspire to be a strong leader much more than I have been in the past. So I actually want to read the Bible verses first, and it's coming from Titus chapter 1, verses 7 through 9. And Paul's writing this to Titus to help inspire and encourage him on basically what leadership is in the churches that Titus is overseeing. So Paul uses the word overseer. I'm kind of equating that to leader as he's writing to Titus. So in verse 7 it starts, Paul says, "Since an overseer manages God's household, he must be blameless, not overbearing, not quick-tempered, not given to drunkenness, not violent, not pursuing dishonest gain. Rather, he must be hospitable, one who loves what is good, who is self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined." Wow, those are strong words, convicting words, and words that I wish I would have paid attention to a lot sooner in my life. I actually just wrote out what the highlights of what Paul is defining to Titus in terms of leadership. And to go through them just again quickly, I think it's worth hearing it again, is blameless, not overbearing, not quick-tempered, not given to drunkenness, not violent, not pursuing dishonest gain. And again, I don't know what the Hebrew equivalent is, but I have a feeling that, these things pretty easily translate. And I think that Paul, he's a smart guy and he's very careful and articulate with his words. And I think he chose these 6 things that are written down here intentionally. And when I think about these things, some I've done in my past a lot that I've cleaned up in my life. Some of these 6 things that I've mentioned are more of a battle currently, to be honest. And just to be super vulnerable, like to not be quick-tempered, absolutely against the grain and against I don't know if it's my just my DNA or the way that I kind of grew up and the habits that I formed, but like that one, I absolutely continue to be convicted on needing to change, to just be patient, to always be kind, and to not be quick-tempered and to not be overbearing. Those are 2 that absolutely stuck out. And then I just love that he's talking about how it's so important to not be violent, to not pursue dishonest gain, and to not, basically just to be disciplined. The importance to live an honest, trustworthy, and disciplined life, and to be patient and kind to those around you. Gosh, our world could use more of that. And the thing is, the more that you're in the Bible, the more that you study this stuff, and the more that you just read what these words are saying, it will absolutely change your life. It will absolutely make you a better leader, and will help, again, just shine a light for every single person that you encounter. And not that you're going to change everyone, that's internal to them, but you can absolutely inspire and hopefully spark something in the long run to really help people's mindsets. And then the quote related to this today I thought was pretty cool. It just goes along with this, but it says, "Leadership is practiced not so much in words, but as an attitude and in actions." So again, I think the important thing that I wish I would have known sooner in my life is, like, words are cool and writing a bunch of this stuff and learning about it's awesome, having the knowledge, but at the end of the day, like, what you actually do and the disciplined nature of your life, like, or if it's disciplined or not, like if you're going out, you know, and getting ticked off at everyone you encounter and being not patient and getting drunk every weekend, and you're just not living a lifestyle that embodies these 6 things that Paul writes about, then yeah, you could say it's important. You could say God's important. You could say being a good leader is important, but it's just not, because it's not modeled in your habits. But if you actually subscribe to this stuff and you say that you believe it, then your actions should follow. And again, it's not about being perfect. Like, I will absolutely screw some of these things up, I'm sure, in the weeks and months to come. But am I intentionally trying to correct? Am I intentionally trying to elevate into the person that God, you know, calls me to be? And, you know, I would ask anyone watching this, the same question. And the thing is, only you would know that. Like, only us in our lives personally know, are we really trying to pursue being blameless, not being quick-tempered, you know, being disciplined, and not pursuing any kind of dishonest gain? So it's just so motivating to me. Like, I'm going to write those things down and hang them up on my wall, because, you know, we always talk about leadership and there's all these books on it, but it pretty much defines exactly what it is here in the Bible. And I'm going to take that to be my true definition. Just, again, what we say is important to us. Our actions should follow suit with that, or it's just simply not important to us. So last thing just want to mention here is, as you really study all this stuff and what it means, the crazy thing is, Paul's writing these 6 or 7 things, but all these qualifications, they don't involve having to learn some crazy skill set or have this immense amount of knowledge. All these things, when you really dissect it, they just involve character. They involve just character and effort. So again, there's days I wake up when I'm tired, or there's days that I wake up when I'm just angry sometimes, and we're human. We're going to fail. But anyone watching this, and myself included, like, if we can just have our North Star and our why, you know, because our why is so freaking important. If our why is just, I want to be a leader for my family and for the people around me, because a few videos ago I talked about our top things that are important to us. Mine were God, family, taking care of my body, my temple, and then friends and hobbies. If those things in that order are important to me, I just want to live a life that models and reflects that kind of discipline. And it totally correlates to what Paul's saying here. So be a leader, even when it's not easy, for everyone around you that you care about. You're going to be better for it. They're going to be better for it. And that's day 19.